Tragic death. The Young and the Restless, Ashley's shocking end. The world of daytime television, especially The Young and the Restless, is filled with drama, love, betrayal, and excitement, often making viewers feel deeply connected to their favorite characters. Yet, what often leaves fans reeling the most is when one of these beloved characters meets an untimely and unexpected end. Tragic deaths have the power to change the course of the show forever, leaving an indelible mark on its storyline. But none was more heart-wrenching and unexpected than the tragic death of Ashley Abbott, one of Genoa City's most beloved and powerful figures. Ashley Abbott has been a mainstay on The Young and the Restless since the early days of the soap opera. Portrayed by the talented Eileen Davidson, Ashley quickly became a favorite among fans, thanks to her resilience, sharp intellect, and determination. As a member of the powerful Abbott family, Ashley's storylines have consistently been filled with passion, ambition, heartbreak, and a relentless desire to succeed. She's been at the forefront of major plotlines, including her struggles with her family's business, her complex relationships with men, and her battle to balance her personal and professional lives. However, no one could have anticipated how her journey would come to such a tragic end. The build-up to Ashley's shocking death. Ashley Abbott's life has never been without its challenges. She's navigated everything from her strained relationship with her father, John Abbott, to her tumultuous romantic entanglements. But throughout it all, Ashley has always managed to come out on top, proving time and time again that she was not just a survivor, but a true force to be reckoned with. However, as with many of the great characters in The Young and the Restless, there always seems to be an undercurrent of tragedy just waiting to strike. Leading up to Ashley's death, there had been a growing sense of unease among her family and friends. While she remained strong outwardly, those closest to her had begun to notice changes. Ashley had become more withdrawn, her vibrant energy replaced with an air of quiet melancholy. This shift was subtle at first, and many of her loved ones chalked it up to the pressures of running a successful business, raising a family, and managing her complicated love life. But as time went on, it became clear that something far deeper was at play. Ashley began to struggle with her health in ways that she hadn't before. Subtle hints were dropped throughout the show that her condition was deteriorating, though no one was fully aware of the extent. At first, it was small things: fatigue, minor headaches, and occasional bouts of dizziness. But as the episodes continued, Ashley's symptoms grew more pronounced. She started missing important meetings at Abbott Cosmetics, her business empire, and began forgetting details that she would normally recall effortlessly. These instances were dismissed as stress or overwork, but they were early signs of a more serious underlying issue. As the weeks passed, Ashley's condition worsened, and her family became increasingly concerned. Ashley, however, was determined to keep her struggles a secret. She did not want anyone to worry, and in true Ashley fashion, she refused to let her vulnerability show. This made the revelation of her tragic illness even more devastating for her family. It was only when her symptoms became undeniable that Ashley finally confided in her brother, Jack Abbott. The news she delivered would forever change the course of the Abbott family's future. The diagnosis: a fatal illness. The diagnosis was nothing short of shocking. Ashley had been secretly battling a rare and aggressive form of cancer, one that had no known cure. The doctors had given her a grim prognosis, and despite her determination to fight, the disease had already spread beyond the point of no return. The news hit Ashley like a ton of bricks, and she was left with the difficult decision of how to live her remaining days. In typical Ashley fashion, she chose to handle her diagnosis with grace and dignity. Rather than wallowing in self-pity, she focused on ensuring that her legacy would live on through her work at Abbott and through her children. She made arrangements for the company's future, putting in place a succession plan that would allow the Abbott family to continue their business empire long after she was gone. But despite her strength and determination, Ashley could not escape the inevitable. Her illness slowly robbed her of her vitality, and each day brought new challenges. She found herself leaning on those closest to her, especially her brother Jack, who had always been there for her. Jack, in turn, found himself struggling with his own emotions as he watched his sister slip further and further away. It was a heartbreaking sight for anyone who had witnessed their sibling bond over the years. The last days, a family's heartbreak. As Ashley's condition worsened, she became more introspective. She took stock of her life, reflecting on her triumphs and her regrets. One of her biggest regrets was the complicated relationship she had with her father, John Abbott. The two had never been able to fully reconcile, and Ashley had always longed for his approval. However, John had passed away several years prior, leaving Ashley with a sense of unfinished business. In her final days, Ashley tried to make amends with her family, reaching out to her ex-husband, Victor Newman, and her children to express her love and gratitude. Her relationship with Victor had been rocky, filled with passion and pain, but there was a deep respect between them that had never truly died. Despite everything that had transpired between them over the years, Ashley's last words to Victor were filled with forgiveness and understanding. Victor, who had always been a powerful presence in Ashley's life, was devastated by her impending death. The two shared one final moment of reconciliation, where Victor assured her that he would always take care of their children. He promised her that they would be okay, and that her legacy would live on through them. Ashley's children, Abby and Tracy, struggled to come to terms with their mother's diagnosis. Abby, the headstrong daughter, had always been the one to push back against Ashley's advice, but now she found herself in a position where she had to rely on her mother more than ever. Tracy, on the other hand, was the more sensitive of the two, and she found herself emotionally overwhelmed by the reality of losing her mother. Both daughters spent countless hours by Ashley's side, trying to comfort her and create lasting memories in her final days. But the inevitable was coming, and despite the efforts of Ashley's family to hold on to her, she eventually passed away in her sleep. Her death was peaceful, though it left an enormous hole in the hearts of those who loved her. Genoa City mourned the loss of a woman who had been both a fierce businesswoman and a devoted mother. Her death sent shockwaves through the community, leaving people questioning how life would go on without Ashley Abbott. The aftermath: a community in grief. The news of Ashley Abbott's death spread like wildfire throughout Genoa City. For many, it was as if a part of the town's soul had been ripped away. Ashley had been a central figure in the community for decades, and her death left a void that no one could fill. The Abbott family, in particular, was left shattered. Jack, who had always considered Ashley his closest ally, was left to pick up the pieces of their family's legacy without her. The loss of his sister was a blow that he would never fully recover from. In the days following Ashley's death, Abbott Cosmetics became a focal point of grief. Ashley had built the company from the ground up, and her absence was keenly felt by every employee. Many of them took time off to mourn the loss of their boss, and the company's future became uncertain. Jack had to step in and take charge, but it was clear that without Ashley's leadership, Abbott would never be the same. Despite the sorrow that consumed the Abbott family, they found solace in the memories of Ashley's strength, her love for her family, and her enduring legacy. They vowed to continue her work, not just in business, but in the values she had instilled in them. Ashley had taught them the importance of family, loyalty, and perseverance, and they would carry those lessons with them in the years to come. The legacy of Ashley Abbott. Though Ashley Abbott's death was tragic and untimely, her impact on Genoa City and the young and the restless was undeniable. She had been a pillar of strength, a woman who had faced adversity time and time again and come out stronger on the other side. Her journey had been filled with love, loss, triumph, and heartbreak, and her death was a poignant reminder of the fragility of life. Ashley's legacy lived on in the people she had touched. Her children, Abby and Tracy, would continue to honor her memory by embracing the lessons she had taught them. Her contributions to Abbott Cosmetics would be remembered for years to come, and her influence on the Abbott family's dynamic would never fade. Though she was gone, Ashley Abbott had left an indelible mark on Genoa City, one that would never be erased. Her tragic death may have shocked the world, but Ashley's life had been a testament to the power of resilience and the importance of family. As the residents of Genoa City mourned the loss of one of their own, they also celebrated the life of a woman who had made them laugh, cry, and believe in the power of love.